are here to celebrate the success of Connecticut's paid family and medical leave program since it was started on January 1st, 2021. And here we are, ready to celebrate 3 years of operation, and we are on track to pay out $1 billion of benefits by the end of December of this year. I think we deserve a round of applause for that incredible achievement and for all of the support that was provided to our workers and their families. Since the beginning, on January 1st, 2021, the program has paid out over $990 million in benefits across the state to 140,000 Connecticut employees. This demonstrates the program's very broad reach in just a few years and its vital importance to our workforce. The program has seen a steady growth in claims with nearly 18% increase in claim volume since 2022. So since 2022, the volume of claims have gone up 18% because more people are enrolled and more people are becoming aware of the important benefits of the program to their families. Women represent 63% of all claims, with a particularly high number of claims for pregnancy and childbirth and caregiver leave, highlighting the very important role that this program plays for women, especially women who are working and raising families. The program has also been highly used by younger workers. So almost 50% of the claims, 49.91% of the claims, come from workers that are ages between 28 and 43, underscoring how this program supports our young professionals at very important moments in their careers and their family lives as well. Caregiver leave accounts for 12% of all the claims, with 62% of those claims filed by women. So ladies, no surprise, women are stepping up. They're having babies. They are also stepping up to care for their sick or struggling family members. Also, bonding leave, which allows workers to stay home and care for a new child, comprises 24% of the claims, with 53% of those filed by women. So we have 142,257 employers who are participating in paid leave, and there are 3,274 sole proprietors or self-employed individuals who are enrolled in this critical program. So with the continued expansion of the program and success, Connecticut really is leading the nation. It's so clear that our paid medical leave program serves our state and is a powerful tool for economic stability, for gender equity, and for family support. And I will also tell you that I've been very proud to meet young people who've told me they moved to Connecticut because they heard about our paid leave program. So that is truly the best reference. We are incredibly proud of the success of this program, and we'll continue to stand strong in our commitment to support and empower working families across the state. And I think this program is particularly critical when at any given time we have 90,000 to 100,000 open jobs across the state. If you want to support our workforce, you can do that by providing this paid leave, because it gives people the opportunity to stay and take care of a new child, to take care of their health, or a loved one who is sick without giving up critical employment in our state. So we could not have done this important work without the advocacy and the hard work of all of our partners. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Aaron Choquette, who is the CEO of our Connecticut Paid Leave Authority. Aaron, thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor Lamont, Lieutenant Governor Bysewicz, Senator Kushner, our board members and the advocates, and all of you who are here to help us mark this important milestone in the Connecticut Paid Leave Program, $1 billion in paid leave benefits. As the Lieutenant Governor said, I am Aaron Choquette, the CEO of the Connecticut Paid Leave Authority. We began paying benefits in January of 2022 and have grown immensely since then. We've had, even just in the past 12 months, a 9% increase in our claim volume. We have approved over 190,000 claims, helping approximately 140,000 unique individuals who needed just a little time away from work to recover from a serious illness, care for a sick family member, welcome a new child into their family, deal with situations related to family violence or family members serving in the armed forces. I am always touched when people come to me and say how much the paid leave program has helped them, how it took away that financial worry when they were out of work, not receiving a paycheck, but could still pay their bills and focus on caring for their family and for themselves. I am even more pleased when they go on to say how easy it was, how helpful and friendly and professional our staff and the staff at AFLAC and the staff at United Way have been. They are surprised that their finalized claims get approved within 3 or 4 days and they receive benefits within the week. Stellar customer service is a core value of the authority, and it has been both mirrored and amplified by AFLAC, our claim administrator, for the past 3 years. And I would like to thank our AFLAC team for their partnership. I also hear from employers, some of whom, like Hartford Prince, were early adopters, and some of whom came on board a little bit later. But they recognize the value that Connecticut Paid Leave provides to their workers and the value it provides to them as employers. Connecticut Paid Leave helps employers recruit employees and retain those skilled workers. Since 2020, we have teamed with a dedicated unit within the United Way of Connecticut to be sure that employers understand their program and their responsibilities, and that anyone with questions receives prompt and accurate answers. So thank you so much for the work you've been doing with us. We at the authority are dedicated to the mission of ensuring that the Connecticut Paid Leave Program is able to support Connecticut workers today, tomorrow, and for as long as they need us. We are pleased to be part of what makes Connecticut such a wonderful place to live, to raise our families, and to grow our businesses. Thank you again for celebrating this milestone and for your continued support.
Aaron, thank you so much. And every so often we like to switch it up, because when the fabulous mayor of our capital city shows up, we want to put him front and center. So Mayor Arunin, would you say a couple words?
It is great to be with you guys. First of all, thank you, Governor, and thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for championing this. Thank you to all of the advocates I see behind me. You guys have fought long and hard for paid family leave, and we are seeing the fruits of that today. And Senator Kushner, I don't know if Manny Sanchez is around here, but for all the legislative advocates and Commissioner Choquette, it is great to be here in front of Hartford Prince, one of my favorite places. This is the second time I get to be with Rory Gale this week. We were at the Metro Hartford Alliance breakfast the other day, and I was saying, you know, if you guys come here during the holidays, there's literally on Saturdays a rope line outside of the door because people are trying to get holiday presents. So you should, while you're here, make sure you go in the store and get it while you can, because you won't be able to over the weekend. Look, as a father of 5 kids, I know all too well what it's like when you wake up your kids in the morning and one of them has a sniffly nose and you have to negotiate all the logistics If you happen to have a spouse, you negotiate all the logistics of figuring out who's going to do what, who's going to take what. And my spouse and I are lucky enough to be in a position where we might be able to pay for help. We might be able to take time off of work. But for so many families in Hartford, that just having a child who gets sick, getting sick yourself, having to take care of a loved one, it can be devastating, not just to your day, not just to your plans, but to your budget. And we are so proud to be in a state where our government has decided that those are the kinds of problems that we can solve together. Those are the kinds of problems we can solve collectively, and that's what government should be about. And for small businesses to have the advantage of being able to provide paid sick leave to their employees, and for families who need it so desperately. Most of the folks who live on streets like my street wouldn't have the benefit of paid sick leave without this program. So we are so appreciative of it. We're so happy to have you here in the city of Hartford and here on Pratt Street, which is beautiful in the holiday time. And make sure you come back out on Saturday and Sunday. Take care.
Thank you, Mayor. And speaking of our legislative champions, there is no more ferocious champion for our paid leave program than Senator Julie Kushner, who co-chairs the Labor Committee. Senator Kushner.
Thank you. So I started working on this issue when I was a young mother, taking buses to Washington, D.C. for the Family Medical Leave Act, just to have the protection that our jobs would be there when we returned from leave. And that was a long time ago. Not even my grandkids are little anymore. But I will say, here in Connecticut, I was an advocate for many, many years, and the governor and I were just speaking about this. I didn't join the legislature until 2019, same time the governor came into public office. But I had been part of the fight for 8 years before that, trying to get this bill passed. I would not have run for office if it hadn't been for the advocates who are standing with us today, who said, if you get in there, you can help us win this. And I will say today that what is so amazing to me is that I never really envisioned the true impact that this would have on people's lives on such a broad sense as reaching $1 billion of benefits in just 3 years. And what that means is that think of how hard those families struggled before we had this program. And I know this from my own experience because I go door to door a lot. And when I do that, I always talk about paid family leave before I got elected and after I got elected. And I hear from so many people, oh, I used that benefit. I had that when I had my child. And recently I was out buying a new car. The salesperson who we're chatting, she said, oh, I have that benefit just recently when I had surgery. And I said, well, how did it go? And as Aaron said, it went so smoothly, she said. And she said, and I know the difference because I had surgery several years ago and I didn't have the benefit, and it was so much harder on me and my family. So this is something that has made a transformative change for so many families here. In my district alone, the 24th Senate District, over 5,000 people have received this benefit. And when you help these workers, you're helping their entire families. So for me, this is a milestone that I'm extremely excited about. I have to say, I thank the governor for making it a priority. I know the legislative leaders, Marty Looney, at that time it was Aaron Simowitz, but also Ritter, have made this a priority to the lieutenant governor. I am so impressed with the Paid Leave Authority. Fran and Aaron and all the people that work to make this benefit real for people, you've done an outstanding job in a very difficult times, raising a program, starting a program that really works. And for the advocates, it wouldn't have happened without you. Let's face it, we go to the legislature, I think we're really important, we're really big shots, but we don't get anything done if there aren't people fighting for these things and saying how important it is. So for me, this is a milestone that I'm so proud to have been a part of, and I know we're helping so many people with this wonderful, wonderful program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Kushner. So our host today Rory Gale, the owner of the fabulous Hartford Prince, and who has a little sign over here that says, Hallmark movies have nothing on Hartford. This is our own little Hallmark spot right here. So Rory Gale, please come up and say a few words.
Hi. Thank you all for being here. So happy to host on Pratt Street. We were here, I want to say in 2018, 2019, having a very similar press conference trying to get this bill off the ground. And it's been such a joy to be a part of this, to help bring it to life. It is so important for small businesses to have this offering, to be able to attract and retain talent, to make sure that my employees are taken care of. When I had my daughter in 2019, this didn't exist, and it was hard, and I had to piece it all together, and now I know that I'm protected for the next time. So it's just a huge celebration. We worked really hard to get here. I was there when we signed it, and to know that it's functioning so well, and that it's an offering that a small business can give to their staff, to themselves, is huge. And it makes Connecticut even a more attractive state. This is a state that we say small state, big heart, and we really mean it. And I love being able to be a part of this, and congrats to everyone on this celebration.
Rory, thank you so much. And I think what you are getting at is that this program is precisely one of the many reasons why Connecticut has been designated as one of the best states for families and for women in the country. It's now my pleasure to invite Janae Woods-Weber, who is the leader of She Leads Justice, to make some remarks.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for this wonderful celebration. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for your support. Thank you, Senator Kushner, for being our champion. And thank you so much to Erin and Fran for your leadership. I'm here today instead of our policy director, Tanisha Senor, who wrote a statement to talk about her own experience using paid family and medical leave this year. However, Tanisha is not able to be with us today because she is caring for a sick child and using paid sick days to do so. So I am here to share Tanisha's statement with all of you today. My name is Tanisha Senor, and I am a resident of Middlefield. I am the policy director of She Leads Justice, a Connecticut-based nonprofit that led the coalition in the fight for paid family and medical leave in our state. I feel lucky to work for an organization which understands the value of a state investing in its women, families, and workers. Although I work in policy, I am here today as a Connecticut resident who recently used the new paid family and medical leave program. I used the leave to start my family in the spring of this year. I was pleasantly surprised to find the application to be easy, the customer service responsive, and the approval timely. When I had complications and was hospitalized multiple times before I delivered, my leave was quickly instituted. Instead of worrying about making ends meet, I was able to focus on what suddenly became a high-risk pregnancy and delivery. I was incredibly grateful for the ease of the program, beginning with signing up for coverage and resulting in receiving my weekly payments automatically. I was relieved to know the money was coming, and I didn't have to stress about weekly filing. The ease of the program extended to my employer, who found what they needed to provide to the program to be straightforward and require very little time. As we celebrate this milestone for paid family and medical leave, I hope we can keep in mind how important it is to honor the workers and families in our state and continue to push for policy changes which embrace economic security and support our residents through events of joy as well as events of adversity. The people of Connecticut deserve purposeful policies created to affect positive, meaningful changes in our everyday lives. I am grateful for Connecticut's paid family and medical leave program.
Well, thanks, Susan. I love that. Connecticut, small state, big heart. I think you know what this program means to young families and soon-to-be families. I think you know what it means to families that maybe have an illness and need a little extra help. And as Julie alluded to, you know, we ran into a lot of naysayers when this was being considered early on, and it took 8 years plus, and we got it done. Naysayer number one, government never can get it right. It's going to be insolvent by the end of the year, right? And well, this is $1 billion of benefits. We are very solvent. I thank the guy from Aflac over here. You guys ever get cold? What's with you? I mean, your big heart, never get cold. Okay. What else? I heard this is terrible for small business. It's just a burden for small business. Nonsense. I come out of small business. I had to compete with big guys, and they all had paid family medical leave. I had to put together a program if I wanted to keep the very best employees working for us. And I know what this means to make it possible for small business to offer those same benefits as the big guys do. I heard, oh, they're going to abuse the system. They're all going to get sick in June, and they're going to take 12 weeks every summer. You know, that's nonsense. And the average duration of folks is, I think, 7 weeks. Is that what I read? 7 weeks. People take this because they need it. They take it because it makes an enormous difference in their lives. And it's one more reason, as you heard Susan say, that I think a lot of young families are taking a second look at the state of Connecticut and saying, this is maybe a good place for me to start a family. And by the way, it's a pretty good place to start a business. The other thing they said was, oh, it's going to kill job creation, and this is just more burden. You know, nonsense. We've created more jobs and had more business startups. And I'd like to think that paid family medical leave is one of the reasons people love Connecticut. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Governor. So we're happy to take on topic questions.